So if you don't know who I am, my name is SJ from Inner Soul Development. That is my company. I am a personal life coach and transformational speaker. What I do is I take you off your autopilot, take you off course to your greater self. I also let you know that life is to be controlled and that life does not control you. You can have a beautiful life as long as you know how to work it and work with it. All right. So what we're going to be talking about is relationships and how to cope or how to maintain a good relationship. We're back. Yes. So I can't do all your titles, ma'am. Okay. So I'm gonna have to let you do that because I cannot do your title. So here we go. My other arm and partner in crime.
Hey everybody, it's me, Danielle, the VP, Danielle K. Anderson. I am an entrepreneur, interfaith minister, a spiritual counselor, life coach, speaker, and many, many other things. And it is my purpose to help people to look good, feel good, find and walk in their own purpose. And I'm so glad that you all are here with us. I'm so glad that we figured this thing out. It has been a journey this evening to get the broadcast together. There's going to be a blooper reel on this one, I promise you. So look for that on the YouTubes, if you will. So SJ, I don't know what you said as far as the intro, but we are going to be talking about relationships and how to maintain strong bonds within those relationships. You know what, SJ, I'm going to let you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
for
Valentine's
those of you
Day,
who joined us.
Listen, guys, please do all the sharing where all the sharing is done, like Danielle always says, and make sure that you, like I say, tell a bird to tell another bird in his ear to tell a flock of birds so that they could come in and get this. We're going to be really transparent, guys. What we want to do is making sure that you guys can also be involved as well. Since this is Valentine's Day, we do have a love seat, okay? So the love seat, we want you to be able to get your thoughts on it. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about situations and relationships, because remember, we're not all about the success. The success comes with the challenges. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the challenges and help you push through those challenges. And now we're going to be talking about relationships, because relationships are not all pretty. Okay? It's not all pretty. So let me go through a list of situations. And if you find yourself in this situation, then you need to definitely be in here and getting the great feedback. And if you know somebody that's in these situations, you can also let them know to come in here and living your purpose. Okay? So we have 6 categories or 6 type of situations. And I'm just going to go through them. And if this is you in any of these situations, definitely take heed to the counsel here. Okay? So we have one type of situation, which we have a relationship that is loving. Oh, it's budding. They talk about each other. They can't be around each. They got to be around each other every day. They have that love. They have that passion. You know, and like the
lovey-dovey.
Yeah, the lovey-doveys, right? The ones that you can't stand they talk to, because all they talk to is about the same person every day. So that's one category. Then we have another situation for people who love the person, but doesn't have the passion. There's no energy. You may love the person, but it's just not there as far as the passion. So that is another situation that relationships can go through. The third one is you love each other and you've been together for years, but you have dropped down to the title of friendship. So you guys don't really argue because you guys are kind of like friends, but you guys kind of live separate lives mentally and emotionally. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's for people who've been together for years and they've just not dumbed down, I would say just went down to a friendship level, which is kind of dangerous and kind of sad as well. Then we have those people who are in the relationships, and they're finding their way to escape. Okay. They don't even want to be around the person. They don't want the person to touch them. They're itching and saying, you know, I can't wait till the kids get older and I'm out. But the kids is like 4. So you got a long time to go. Okay. So that's another situation. Then you have those who are not in a relationship right now, but really want one. They really want a relationship. They really want a relationship. They don't know how to go about getting one. And then you may have another situation where you don't want a relationship at all, and you don't want a relationship, and you never want a relationship. Okay, because either you're fearful, You may have past experiences of hurt or just relationships. This has a bad taste in your mouth. So those are 6 relationship situations that people find themselves into. And so we want to discuss how you can maintain and have a strong bond and unity. Now, if any of you guys are in one of those categories, can you put a 1 up? Let's be transparent. Like I said, you got the lovey-doveys, you got the ones that have loved each other but not enough passion. You got ones that love each other so much, they've been together for so long, but they're just friends, right? Or you're in a relationship and you're trying to escape, or you don't want to be in a relationship at all, and you don't want one. Okay, so Daniel the VP, you put 1. Wow. Okay, if you're in those categories, like I said, guys, this is very transparent because relationships are challenging. Okay, and there's different types of relationships. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a couple of things that you can get derived from, and it could resonate with you to help you maintain those type of situations and move forward and try to get a strong bond of union there. Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
If you don't mind. Which one are you?
I am in I'm in a relationship, and it's one of those, let's see. I'm going to say number 1.
I believe that.
I'm going to say love and passion. Because me and my wife, we're always together. We're together constantly, every day. And if she goes somewhere, we got to talk to each other. Like we got to, but that takes time. And I'm not saying that it's no challenge. It's definitely a challenge in a relationship, but the love and passion is still there. Hopefully we can constantly do that and have that there, but that takes work. That takes work. So to maintain that love and passion is going to take work. Definitely. So I'm number 1. Hopefully it'll stay number 1.
Good. I'm just being nosy at this point. Sorry. Oh. Please continue.
So so what number?
You said transparent.
What number are you guys? For you guys who just joining us, this is Living Your Purpose, another episode of it. And under different names, of course, but it's fine. And what we're doing is we always talk regarding life purpose. Now, what does this have to do with, finding your purpose? Because when you living your purpose is in a holistic view. So it's all about just not success in business and personal, but it's also in relationships as well.
Most definitely.
So that's why it's very important. My parents were married for 67 years. And they did everything together, right?
That's gorgeous.
Right. And that's good.
That's beautiful.
They say most marriages right now only last 8 years. 8 years is the top that
I think that has a lot to do with people getting married while they're still in that lovey-dovey stage.
Right.
Because you got to go through a lot in order to be able to withstand and sustain a lot. Now, I can only... As far as the marriage is concerned, I can only say so much because I've never been married. But I've had some really good examples to look at. My parents being one of them. They were married literally until death did they part, and it was really, that's amazing. 6 months, she said.
Right.
So they never left that stage of being lovey-dovey. And I think that maybe the flip side is true. Maybe people who are in relationships, their relationships don't last because they it's a security thing, I think, at first, maybe fear, all of that. They find somebody that they work together okay, and they just want to get it over with, I guess.
I think my grandparents, they were together so long that they just became friends.
I think the best relationships,
they never argued.
That
so they were in number 3 where they loved each other and they've been together for so long, they just now are friends. But it's a kind of lonely situation because they separately was emotionally and mentally not there. I mean, they're going to be there for each other, but I think the title of friendship is what they were because they were together so long.
Well, Dessa has an interesting comment. She said, in my family, the only marriages succeeded that were arranged. All the others were abusive. That's interesting.
Wow. Very interesting.
That is interesting. Now, and I've heard some very successful stories of arranged marriages because they were in it, like they didn't know each other at first. Their families barely knew each other. And they just went into it knowing that they have to, it was like a mutual agreement. They got to get along at the very least. And then they become friends and then they grow to love one another.
Right. So
it's an interesting thought.
Well, I guess the arranged marriages is because the parents are actually the ones kind of feeling the whole situation out as far as their parents and how it works. So I guess it would be, but with these situations, like we got the TV show Married at First Sight and all that stuff like that.
Yeah, I try to get into that. It's not working.
But it's weird because everybody's trying to find a relationship. But they just don't know how to go about it. And some want a relationship, some want a relationship, and then some just don't. And it's because of the past experiences that they went through. So what we're going to do is focus on those that don't have enough passion, that maybe your friendship at this point, maybe want to get out of a relationship. So we're going to talk to you how you can maintain it. One key thing is that we all create rules. Rules. What are those? Those are things that we believe to happen in our relationship in order for us to be happy. We all have these rules, however, sometimes we may have too much rules where it's overpowering and it may push that other person away because of the rules that we set. Rules are just blueprints. Everybody has a blueprint of how their relationship wants to go or how they want their relationship to go. And those are rules, standards. But sometimes we have too.
Sorry.
Oh.
I think where the confusion comes for a lot of people is the difference between standards and rules. It's fine. You must have standards to live by, a way that you are supposed to be treated, respect, and that kind of thing. Those are fine. You don't have to lower or raise your standards for anybody except yourself. But then when you confuse a standard with a rule, like, he has to do this, he has to do that, he has to be this way, he has to make this much money and all of that.
Absolutely.
And he's got to, I've seen it go to the extreme, is he has to do the laundry, he has to fold, or she, it doesn't matter, they have to fold my clothes a certain way and his clothes a certain way. That's overpowering and controlling. And we have somebody in the love seat. Who could it be?
Who could it be? Joe. God love Joba boy. Now,
if he can get in here, pull him out, SJ. Pull him out.
I'm trying. He's just trying. He's resisting. He's resisting. He's telling me no, he can do it himself. Okay. All right.
We're gonna give it another. All right. We're gonna give it another shot. That's Joba. Try one more time. We have a question already. Another question. Well, a question.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Maya, and she says, "How can I mentally fortify myself that none from the past ever enters my energetic space? Those people already wasted my time enough. Why should I give them even another minute?" So it sounds like that troubling people from the past, maybe past relationships, are coming around or making themselves present in the space. It can be tricky, but phones have this neat little feature called blocks. Social medias have blocks on them. You have to release it. If it's that serious, where you don't feel like you would be benefited at all by their presence, make that clear. And if they persist, then physically block them out of your life. I mean, I know it sounds simple, but if you don't give them energy to feed them, they're not going to be able to survive in your space.
Absolutely. And I was going to just agree with Brian and how we have the power of choice. We have the power to be able to control the ride like I said, control life and how whatever comes into our lives. You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes into our lives, we attract it. So we can actually avoid those situations by blocking, by making we can even make our standards known. Like, listen, this is what it is, whatever the case may be. But we have the choice to stop it and move on with our lives. We don't necessarily have to have them enter into ours.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Brian,
we can't.
Hey,
Brian's
how are you?
Here.
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
I was going to show up like this and freak Danielle out a little bit, but I just
doesn't freak me out one bit. I have no problem.
That was 20 years ago. Oh,
he said, I love clowns.
I love clowns.
No, what you're speaking of, I got this from Roy Montero, and he really put it into perspective for me one day because I had too many people in my car. I was traveling, and my car is designed for 4 people. I don't drive a bus. The people in my car speak into me. The people in my car allow me to speak into them. Danielle, SJ, I would put you in my car for our journey.
That's what I'm talking. I don't want front seat shotgun.
Called it.
But I think a lot of times we just allow too many people in our car. Or, you know, if you want to make if you want to make it a biblical lesson, Jesus had 12 people. And it said in Mark 4, I believe, where he told the parables and then he explained it to the disciples. Okay, mm-hmm. Then it goes on and he said he pulled 4 of those 12 out for special occasions, the Mount of Transfiguration, other thing. So he limited his people to those that surrounded him and those that he invited in.
Tell her hi.
Told you every time we're together.
So regardless, who's in your car? Who are you allowing in the seats? Because a lot of times they shouldn't be there and you should be kicking them to the curb.
Right. I mean, like I said, you do have the power of choice. So that's very, very important. And in relationships, I mean, like I said, to go back onto relationships, whoever we come into our space, we have the ability to have them come in accordingly. It's not like no one's telling us that we have to do something. It's just we have to be mindful of what we think about and what comes in, and we control that. So that's a good thing.
My folks have been married, I believe, 55 years now, and they've been through some rough stuff. Cancer, my MS, just all different kinds of things. And I can tell you, just by watching them, if the rest of the world had their relationship, we would never have divorce again.
Wow.
That's strong.
That's a good thing. That's a really good thing.
Their fault that I could pick out, and nobody's perfect, but I think my problem with their relationship is they never argued. They never taught their kids how to argue.
Well, this is what I said that you know of. See, this is, and SJ said the same thing. It's not that they don't have disagreements, it's that they don't see, or they don't allow you to see whatever it is that they happen to disagree about, or their communication has grown to the point where they don't have to argue. They can disagree politely and pick a side. Yeah. You know,
my mom will look at my dad even today and go, I love you 99.9% of the time. This is the 1% we're working on.
Oh,
right.
That's sweet.
So,
I'm going to just for the sake of this blab here, my battery is dropping, so I'm going to switch phones.
Okay.
I'm going to switch phones, but we're going to continue the topic. So give me like 2 seconds.
It's all good. Go do the thing.
All right.
So no, I actually bear shame that I didn't learn the lessons. I didn't.
There's no shame in not being taught something.
Okay.
That's, you know what I'm saying? It's not your fault that you weren't taught.
Well, it's not my fault that my marriage broke up either. She walked, I didn't.
Well, I mean, I can't speak to your personal relationship without knowing the full story, and that's a counseling session that we can have another time.
No.
But Joba,
what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Y'all hear? Y'all see me? What the heck am I doing? I'm doing too much. Y'all see me good?
Yep.
Y'all see me good? Yeah, I'm on my iPad right now, unfortunately. How you doing, everybody? Happy Valentine's Day to everybody on Living Your Purpose.
Happy Valentine's Day, Joba.
What's going on, thanks, Brian? Welcome.
Joining.
Here comes SJ.
You're in the same place. I thought you were going to change, you know.
Am I in a good? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me?
Yep.
Okay. You're good.
So, I don't know where you guys were, so you guys can continue because I have some.
Oh, we're just chatting.
Oh, we just okay. So,
I will say that. Sorry, to answer the question, you know, people were asking, or you were asking specifically, SJ, where people are, and I think I started it. I think I'm somewhere in between the fifth and the sixth one.
By not, you don't want to relate.
Situation being. I'm single. Okay, number one. I wouldn't mind being in a relationship, but I'm not like rushing for it either. And there was a point not too far, you know, in the past where I just said, screw it. I don't care. I don't necessarily need to be in a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship. I got too much going on anyway. You know, I have friends and I can deal, you know, if I need company, want to go out somewhere, then I can call somebody.
Okay.
And that's fine. But now it's more of like I'm starting to settle down. I'm still busy as all get out, but I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind being in a relationship. But I'm not chasing after it either. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And I think what's really interesting in my case, and you said it, SJ, I didn't. We want to be transparent. In my case, for me, I've had some really interesting relationships, and they all didn't end very well. But unlike a lot of people, I'm still able to be friends with every last one of the people that I've dated or almost married or had children with.
That's good.
I have really good friendships. I have really good friendships after the fact. Our relationships are stronger now than when we were in a romantic situation. So I don't know why that is. I think for me, it's about being honest and being able to communicate and let things go. I don't believe in being bitter and holding grudges. So that has enabled me to maintain friendships. And that actually has become a problem when I am dating somebody or, you know, interested in somebody, that they become uncomfortable and threatened maybe by the fact that I have friendly relationships with exes. And that's understandable.
Right, definitely. Well, like I said before, you know, there's people where I've come into contact with who was in a relationship or who are married that I know people who were married for 10 years but was divorced in their mind for 5 of those 10 years. So that could happen. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to see exactly, you know, and I take all this. I'm a good studier and I like to study and you know, indulge and make sure that I get everything correct. And Tony Robbins was one of the people that I actually, you know, studied. And there's different things that could, you know, help maintain a strong bond of union between relationships, because I've seen them all. I've seen the escape one, they're trying to escape, wait until the kids get older, getting out of that. I've seen the same thing where even my grandparents, just friends, have been together for so long and now they're just friends. I've seen that. So I've seen the plateau of different situations. And these key areas that I want to discuss tonight is just maintaining them, maintaining and trying to get them more closer or bond, and what you can do in order to avoid a situation like these situations that we have today. Okay. And one of the things we could just piggyback off each other, Danielle, if you want to just do that. And Brian and Joba,
I gotta find my notes.
We would love to have you involved in this as well. Okay. Okay. So the first thing that Tony Robbins says is never question the intent or the identity of the person with whom you are in relationship with. Why do you think that's so important, Brian? You think to never question the intent of the identity of the person with whom you're in a relationship with?
Unpack the question a little bit.
Okay, so everybody understands that you are not your behavior. So I can't say that, what you're doing in the relationship is actually you, because sometimes we do things that that's not even us. Like, why did we do? That's not even me. I don't know why I did that. So you are not your behavior. Okay. But your intent is supposed to be genuine. So I would never question my wife's intent, because I know that her intent is loving. How some people will say, oh, you just want to hurt me, intentionally hurt me. No, I may not be. My behavior is a response to something that happened. Like, we can get fed up with a girl or your significant other, and you may spaz out, but that may not be you. So I'm not saying that you're going to intentionally hurt me. You're not here to intentionally hurt me. That's not who you are. That's not your personality. It's just the situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we're quick to do that. So never question the intent. That's the word. Never question the intent or the identity of the person whom you're in relationship with, despite whatever they may be fed up with at that time.
SJ, can I jump in for a minute? I always said the same thing all the time. Like, when I'm in a relationship and I see that the person's acting totally different, I tell them right away. Like, I'll be like, that's not you. And then I had this one predicament where they were like, yes, this is me. And I'm like, no, this is not you. You get what I'm saying? Like, react. Like, hello, wake up. Like, what are you doing? This is not you. This is not the person that I came to like and love. And it's like, I see that you're not yourself right now. So what I'm telling you is it's like a slap in the face. Like, wake up. Like, hello. Like, smell the coffee, that you're not being yourself. So stop saying that this is you, when in reality, it's not the person that I fell in love with or that I met in the beginning of the whatever transition, or in the beginning of the relationship. So I do agree with what you're saying. It is true. And I try to basically be verbal about it and be like, react, like, hello, wake up. You're this is a dream. This is not really you. So stop saying that you are you, when in reality it's really not you. So I agree with what you're saying.
Absolutely. So when I'm upset, or when my wife's upset, I know that that's not her character. So I can't say that's her identity. I can't say that's her. That's her going through a situation, because everybody goes through a situation where they can get something wrong with their job, or something happens at home, whatever the case may be. Whatever her reaction is not her intent. That's not who she is. And so you give that person the space to calm down and cool down, or whatever the case may be, so that, we can be able to talk. But I know I'm not going to question the intent, because her intent is genuine regardless, because she loves me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's very important never to question the intent of the person.
Now I understand what you're saying. No, I agree with you.
So, yeah. So why do you feel, what do you have to say about that, Danielle?
I think that, in regards to what you two were saying about, or specifically what Joba was saying, is you have to make sure that you're putting in time to get to know a person fully, because people are not one-dimensional, right? Yes, don't question the intent, because the intent may very well be genuine. But if someone is known to be a certain way, if you get to know a person in a certain space, they're known to react to situations in a certain way. But sometimes, I'll just use myself as an example. Most of the time when people see me, I'm happy and I'm loving and I'm calm and I'm like, it's okay, it's gonna be all right, and all of that. But sometimes life hits me in the gut and I get frustrated, I get sad,
Absolutely.
I get angry, I get depressed, and it's hard to pull myself up out of it. And some people will say, well, what's wrong with you? This isn't you. Well, it is, though. It is me. It's, these are my emotions. This is how I feel. Sometimes I get tired. I'm not always happy-go-lucky all the time. So that's just one part of me. And if you are not used to seeing that, then that's good. But you have to understand that this is still me. I still get sad. I still get down. I still have, low points, and everything is not always hunky-dory, right?
Absolutely. Because I know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I might get mad, and I might, as we say, run someone down the country, and cuss them out or something like that, which is very rare, trust me. But, sometimes I get to that point, but that doesn't mean that I'm two-faced or something like that. It just means that I'm having a bad day. So to say that it's not me is incorrect. It is me, but it's not all of me. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like you're respecting, you're reacting to a situation. So just like how, say for instance, your mom, scolded you or whatever the case may be, or she may not be unfair or blah 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 blah, but her intent is that she loves you. That's her intent. And so you'll never question that your mom doesn't love you, despite of what she went through, or despite of what she hit you or whatever, or yelled at you, whatever. The intent is, my mom still loved me as a person. She still loved me. So that's the same thing in relationship. Even though you're responding or reacting to a situation, I know that your intent is not to hurt me personally or to hurt this relationship. Okay.
Right.
The second thing is, we need to respect perspectives. Don't correct your spouse. Now, why is that important? Don't correct your spouse. Now, I'm just going to say it, okay? No, because it's true. We're talking about how to maintain, right? Yep. So in that way, yes, you don't want to correct your spouse, because everything there's no right or wrong. It's just
I think it needs to be qualified just a little bit.
Oh no, a whole lot.
Because to correct someone's opinion is wrong.
My wife's in the background laughing.
I bet.
My wife's in the background laughing.
I bet. She said, "Oh,
bring her in. Let's ask her."
Okay.
No,
I'm already hip. But no, you cannot change a person's opinion. You cannot correct someone. Responds or reacts based on their own experience and their perspective. The way that they are, their perspective is based on their experience. If your perspective is different based on your experience, that's fine. That doesn't mean the other person is wrong. It just means that you have to adjust your way of thinking in order to see it from their perspective. So I just want to make it clear. We're not saying that sometimes you could just be incorrect about something. And about a fact, if there's a fact that's misconstrued or put out there incorrectly, then you can make that as a correction. But a person's opinion and they're based on their experience, you can't tell me I'm wrong because of what I've been through and what I know. Right.
So that's what it says. Right. It says you need to respect perspectives. Don't correct your spouse.
There are absolute truths.
All right, so wait, so SJ, so hold on, so okay, how can I put it? So I see that when it says that you have to adjust.
He's frozen.
I feel like I have
to
change who I am.
Hold on, wait.
In order.
Say it again, because you froze a little bit.
You froze for a second.
Well, it makes me feel like I have to change who I am in order to adjust to her adjustment. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like I'm not being myself when I'm adjusting to her taste or to her likes or whatever you call it. You know what I mean? And then another thing that
what it is, no, not necessarily, because we're respecting perspectives. So you may be talking about the same subject, but she sees it this way and you may see it that way, but you still got to respect it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not like saying in a situation of you're having a conversation, no, you're wrong, I'm going to correct you. You're wrong. You're not supposed to, that's not a good thing. You just got to respect each other's perspectives.
This is let me explain it further, SJ. If it's not about adjusting yourself, it's just about putting yourself in that person's place for a time to try to understand where they're coming from. That's all. Be like, well, think of it this way. You know what I'm saying? Well, even if you don't know, ask the questions. Well, what makes you think that? Or why do you feel like that? What happened to make you feel like that's the way it is or ought to be or something like that? Ask questions to try to get their side of it and, have that conversation. That way that you can understand what they're thinking. Even if you don't necessarily agree, that's fine, but at least you understand where they're coming from.
And then another thing, and I thank D or DADEE for agreeing with me. Yeah, mm-hmm. Well, I agree. I thank him for doing that. But another thing that I have for him is, what about a happy man is a happy life? It's not just women. Why is that quote just for women? You understand what I'm saying? Because I think it should go for men as well. You know what I mean? Happy men, happy life as well.
You're not married. You know.
Yeah.
You'll never understand.
I'm gonna put it this way.
But we're talking about relationships, so it doesn't matter if you're married, and just as long as you're in a relationship.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what that means, Joba. If you have a happy wife, happy life means if he keeps her happy, she will make sure that he stays happy. That's all that means. It is a two-way street.
But we go back at it again, though, Danielle. Why does it always have to be the man got to do it first? Why can't the woman take the initiative?
It doesn't have to be that way.
And you know what I mean? And be like, hey, let me just pamper you today just because it's a Saturday. Or let me give you a massage because it's Monday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And here's the thing: a woman will do that, but if a man doesn't reciprocate that and recognize that, or do something, in return, then a woman will stop.
What?
Just like Danielle, Danielle, you're gonna have my wife on your crazy town thing, because I swear she's in the kitchen like,
Follow me, hon, at Danielle the VP. Crazy dash. Look, let me tell you.
What?
No, we're not doing it.
Wait.
See?
Danielle.
Jay, we're being transparent.
All right. So the third
Somebody's getting the foot massage tonight.
You don't want this long.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hold on. Let me throw this thought in there for a minute. We don't teach our men the meaning of husband.
That's good.
The actual meaning of husband, and this all goes back to the Latin. The actual meaning of husband is houseman.
Interesting.
If you don't
that was Brian. Okay, that was not Danielle. Thank you.
If you don't understand that before you put the ring on that finger, don't put the ring on that finger.
There we go.
But Brian, it goes both ways, though.
It does go both ways.
It goes both ways, though. So let's just put it as an example. Let's say SJ comes and cleans the house, freaking cleans the dishes. When his wife comes home, she got nothing to worry about, and she can't even she'd be like, leave me alone, I'm too tired, I'm not dealing with you today. I was like a smack to my face after I just busted myself all over the damn house today. And this is how you repay me? With a smack in my face, like, I don't want to deal with you, I'm going to sleep, I'm tired. What?
Right.
Like, Houston, we have a problem. Like, that's what a lot of women out here nowadays in 2016, 2015, whatever we're at, that's how they roll. Like, that's how they acting right now. And that's why I believe that I'm in the predicament that I'm in right now. And that is single. But yeah.
Okay.
Why does single have to be a predicament though? Let's take a breath.
Okay. Let's just
go down and reset. Okay?
Yes. Okay, for those who are just new to the room, this is not a regular blab. This is Living Your Purpose. This is Living Your Purpose, another episode of it. We had a little technical difficulties earlier. It starts at 6 o'clock, but now it's starting a little later. But my name is SJ from Inner Soul Development. I'm a personal life coach and transformational speaker. And on this side of me over here is my lovely, wonderful co-host, Danielle K. Anderson.
Hello, also known as Danielle the VP. I am an entrepreneur, interfaith minister, spiritual counselor, and life coach. And it is my purpose to help people to look good, feel good, find and walk in their own purpose. And I'm so glad that you all have joined us this evening. Happy Valentine's Day. If you just came in the last couple of minutes, SJ apparently is giving a foot massage later on or something.
Yes. Listen. We're talking about relationships, okay, and how we can maintain and have a stronger one. And we're just going through each one, and so everybody's getting a different perspective. So if you want to jump in, you can't jump in the love seat. We have Brian in the love seat. We have Joba in the love seat, and so we're just going over some of these key points in order to help have a healthy relationship. Okay.
So right. So if anybody wants to come in, just type in the chat. Let us know that you want to come on camera, and we will accommodate you, because this is a conversation, not just a presentation.
Absolutely. Okay. So the third one is if things aren't working, change your approach, your perception, actions, and responsibilities. So if it's not working, you have to change your approach, your perspective, and your actions and responsibilities. So it falls
Joba
on.
Don't like that one.
It's the truth.
It is.
You have to change your approach. If things ain't working, you love the relationship. So you need to say, you know what? Let me approach this differently. You know, if you love the individual, you know, it's a two-way street. You want to make sure that person is seeing it in a gentle way, and sometimes you have to readjust that. And does that take sacrifice? Yes, absolutely.
Everything.
So, but it does fall on you. Change your approach. That's what I believe. You know, I mean, what do you think, Joba? Oh my God!
You started it.
I mean, I see him. Okay, Brian, what do you think?
I agree with the premise of the argument. I don't agree with the way it's worded. Everything in marriage, and we're talking relationships, so I'll just equate it to marriage.
Yes.
I'm engaged right at this moment, but everything in marriage is a compromise.
Exactly.
You compromise on everything. If you don't want to compromise, please do not increase the divorce rate and get married.
Right.
Because
it's true.
If you're not willing to compromise, don't go down that road.
Right.
But at the same point, I will disagree on this. I will not compromise who I am. I don't
necessarily think it means you. I don't think it necessarily has to do with you per se as a person or character. I think it has more to do with the situation that you may be going in at that moment in time. You're arguing or something. She may see a certain way differently. You know, I don't think it's about your character. I think it's more of that situation. You know, you may have to change the approach. Say, for instance, you're in a situation where there's love. There's love, but no passion. All right. So if that's the case, there's a situation. You're going to have to change your approach. You're going to have to change your actions. You may have to change your responsibilities in that set, not your character per se. You know what I mean?
No, I never said anything about character. What I'm saying is that I'm not going to change who I am. But if I took the vows to love, honor, cherish, till death do you part, all that stuff, if I took those vows, that is my other half.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That is the person that I am responsible for, as she is me.
Right.
So I've got to compromise. You're not going to not compromise with your right hand. You're just not going to.
The definition, I'm going to say the definition of compromise is to come together and agree. COM together, and the word promise is, you have to work together, period. The word sacrifice comes up a lot. I don't think that's necessary. You don't have to sacrifice anything.
No.
You don't have to give. To sacrifice means to give up. You don't have to give up anything, any part of yourself. But you do have to come to an agreement. If it means that you have to maybe go without something for a little while for this thing to work, that's okay. But if the point of compromise is to make sure that you are able to get the thing that you need or want at some point, so that everybody wins. Communication is definitely key. I know that I have at least one other person that's trying to jump into the love seat. So if one of you gentlemen wouldn't mind exiting, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Reds, come on back in here. I saw you.
Who's coming? Who's trying to come in?
It's Reds.
Okay.
He's got a whole bunch of stuff to say in the comments, and I know he wants to speak.
Okay.
I wasn't looking for a seat for real.
You lied. I saw you.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, it's all about the principle of the Bible says the man is the head of the house, but we don't really know what that. We don't listen to what that really means. I mean, you have to be a true leader, and if you are a true leader, yeah, that's my notifier. I'm sorry. Messages. It pops. I think it's possessed. But if you are that biblical leader that God talked about, that spiritual leader of the house, it gets to a point where that woman cannot do anything else but follow. And that's I've been in it for 28 years. We fight, we fuss, we come back together. We're friends, we're lovers. We have our moments, we have our ups and downs, but in the end, we're in it to win this thing.
But Red, I have a question for you, and I'm very known for this. Wouldn't you like to just a random day just to be pampered or surprised or whatever from your wife, like just for her to take the initiative, like just be her without you even expecting it? Like, don't you think that that's a very nice thing to do? Because females usually like to, the guy got to do this, the guy got to do it all first. Why not the women take the initiative and say, I'm going to do this because I want to do this for my man or for my husband or whatever?
To do it without.
Right. Hey,
that's like,
hey, the Brian said like. Right. Now it's
right, different show. Wait a minute. Let's save that for the late night, Blab.
All right. The other thing it says.
Well, Reds, the thing with me is the thing with me is this: like, if me and that person, if I know I'm gonna argue with that person, or I know that it's gonna lead to that, I just be like, you know what, I won't bother with you, I won't call you or nothing. Like, I would just be like on pause type of thing. Whenever you're ready to talk and calm down and not fight, come holler at me again. You know what I mean? Come, let's talk. But don't be expecting me, if we're in a situation or a problem, to be talking to you when the problem's going on or whatever the case might be, because I know it's not going to happen.
Thank you, guys. Right. I want to thank everybody that's been on here.
Calm down. Take a breath. We're going to have to...
Say again? Oh, I just want to thank everybody who's been on here, who's been patient. Thank you so much. We're talking about how to maintain a strong relationship, not in just marriage, but also in regular relationships. And the next one, in order to maintain a good relationship, is you can never threaten that relationship. Don't never threaten the relationship. And some women, when they're mad,
men too, don't try.
Okay, but listen, I'm talking about me right now, okay? Certain women, when they get upset, okay, and they respond, their reaction, and they respond. Some threaten the relationship. You don't want to use the relationship as a way of getting your way, or saying I'm upset. I'm threatening the relationship. I may not be around. I'm out, but you don't really mean it. So right. Never threaten the relationship. That's a bad thing, because that does not maintain a strong bond of union. If that's constant. Yeah,
that's a every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, somebody's stuff is getting put out and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm out.
No,
I'm going to my mama's house. All that kind of stuff. That's not like this.
That's where I think that, going back to what I was telling Red, I think that's when I see that stuff or like that, I won't be like, oh, get the heck out, I don't want you, da 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 da. I'll just be like, you know what? I will stop calling you, stop texting you until we calm down. You know what I mean? We need to stop associating with each other for a couple of days, not for a month, 2-3 months. No. Like a couple of days, we need to go down on the low. You know what I mean? And that's it. And then when you're ready to speak, and when you're ready to, come civilized and calm down, you know what I mean? Then come talk to me. Then come and let's talk about whatever, why did it bother you? What did it make you think about X, Y, and Z?
Right. And here's the thing, like, if you are constantly, like, whenever things don't go your way and you say, well, you know what, if you don't get it together, if you don't do this or do what I want, then I'm out. Eventually the other person is going to get tired and be like, you know what, go. You know what I'm saying? Fine. If that's how you feel. Right. Because I'm tired. I'm people get tired. Where you going? You need a ride? You need some help? You need some boxes? I got boxes. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's when you get the whatever.
Good. All right.
Thank you, Riz.
Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a flock of friends.
Okay. Jay, you stole that from me, bro. You stole that from me. I need my credit due. I need my credit due.
I got you. I got you. As soon as the movie's over, got you. Okay, so the next one, on number 5, is you need to.
Hey, hold on one second. Dan, I see you, sweetheart. Hang tight for me, okay?
Don't worry, I got you.
Thank you.
The next one is in order to strengthen a good relationship is commit to constant, never-ending improvements in your relationship. You have to commit to never-ending improvements. Okay? So you got to constantly work with it. You got to constantly improve it, try to improve it, never ending. But you got to commit to it. There's relationship is a commitment. Okay? It's not marriage where you got a certificate and everything like that, but it's a form of commitment where I'm going to spend time with you. I'm with you for whatever journey we're going on together. So, but you got to commit to the improvement.
Yeah, because nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but you can always get better. You can always get better. You can always be stronger. You can always do a little bit more. You can always learn.
All right, Essay. So now, would that fall into the predicament? Where this is just an example, because I'm not you and I'm not your wife and I'm not whatever. But let's say that you like a kiss every morning before you start your day, right? Let's say that you like to get a kiss every morning before you start your day, because when you get that kiss, it's like gas to a car. It's like it motivates. Like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I got my kiss. Let's go. Bada bing, bada boom, right? So now, if you notice that a day or two, that's fine. You know what I mean? You didn't get your kiss a day or two. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's predicament. But when you see it, a lot of lack of it, when you see that the girl or your wife or whatever the case might be stops giving you the kisses in the morning, you best and believe you're not gonna have a good day, or you're gonna be upset because you're missing that, and that is another issue and another problem why I'm single right now, because they don't keep consistency. They don't keep going. They don't keep rolling. They don't, you know what I mean? It's like, why stop now when you already got me deeply in love with you? Why stop then if that's what you did in the first place to make me fall for you?
And I get that. I mean, it's like I said, if she's not gonna kiss me every morning, I'm noticing little changes. Then once again, I got to commit to the constant, never-ending improvement. How can I improve it? What's going on? I notice something's going on. I notice that there's a lack in pattern, because like I said, we get used to patterns. We get used to different rituals. We get used to different routines. But if she's like, and I'm noticing a little thing on her that I need to commit to that relationship and find out what's going on. Or maybe I'm reading too much into it, could be like, reading too much into it. It's a kiss, maybe your breath was smelling that those 2 days. I don't know. But my thing is, so I don't know. But my thing is I'm going to commit to trying to do the improvements. If I love it and I love the relationship and I want to be in a relationship, then I need to take the responsibility proactively to do the improvements. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's number 5. Okay, so number 6 is each day. This is what you need to do, guys. Each day, take pride in your consistent ability to notice, appreciate, compliment all the great, wonderful, fantastic, awesome things about your partner. That is what some of us don't do. A lot.
Showing it, what, that goes
for a long time, especially when it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and it's just like a constant. It's that lacks in the beginning. Maybe the first 6 months, you say, "Oh, you're so beautiful. I love when you do your hair like that. Oh, I love when you turn like that. I love when you look in your eyes and look at me like that." But after a while, like 2, 3, after she already done going in the bathroom in front of you, that goes out the window. That goes out the windows. So we need to do that more as men. Right. We need to do that more. Oh, you look so great. We don't do that. Women love compliments.
I'm gonna say it on the side of a woman too. you have to do that. You have to compliment your man or your mate, whoever it is that you're with. You have to make sure, and it goes back to what we were talking about last week, gratitude. Make sure that the person that you are with knows that they are appreciated. Show your appreciation. Say it. Say thank you. Say I love you. Say I really appreciate that thing that you did. You know, thank you for cleaning the house for me when I wasn't feeling well. Or whatever it is. And, you know, you are beautiful. You are handsome. You are gorgeous. I love that smell on you. Whatever. Make sure that every day,
right,
something positive is being given back to your partner through your words and your actions.
Right. But that doesn't happen in the relationships, all these relationships. It doesn't happen. That falls to the wayside. Sometimes we take our partner for granted. We take our partner for granted, and we do it subconsciously because we've been around that person so long. I don't even, you don't recognize that, wait a minute, I didn't say she looks good in the dress, because a woman will let you know because they ask you mad questions. Babe, how do you feel how I'm looking at this? And you'll say
that's a trap.
Right, it's a trap.
Y'all don't fall for that. I'm breaking female codes right now. That is a trap.
Right.
Just say you look beautiful and move on.
Right. But we need to start doing that, to compliment. But he just said the awesome things about her. So it's just not the basic things that you normally say to her. It's more deeply than that. She got awesome qualities. Let her know those qualities and constantly say it to her, not every day, because some men, we just not emotional like that. I'm sorry. All right. We one way, focus, that dress looks all right. What do you want me to say? So
you look fine.
Yeah, you look good. You look good.
Does this make my butt look big?
To the mall with I won't go to the mall with you. I went to the mall with my wife. 2 hours we were in there. She bought nothing. But this is what I'm saying to you. It's the truth. All right. So what I'm saying is, 2 hours we were in the mall. She bought absolutely nothing. Okay. So what I'm saying
is, did you have to hold her back while she tried stuff on?
Yeah, she tried stuff on, and then she didn't buy nothing. I was just so upset. But you know what? I still loved her even though, because you know what? She came out with just a plastic bag of candy she bought. But this is what I'm saying to you.
I feel sorry for SJ. He will be sleeping in the snow tonight. Just saying.
Yeah.
He will be outside sleeping in the snow today.
But I still but you listen, the point is this, is that you got to compliment your woman. You got to compliment your woman every day and try to, and men, we would like to get complimented too. Like, we look sexy. Like, it's so funny how, you look on if I were to go on a show, like say for instance, my girl's watching a show, oh, he's fine, or whatever the case may be. I'm like, hey, I'm standing trying to fix my hat so she can see me. But you know what? I allow it. But we do want to be complimented, right, Joba? We like to know that our haircut is nice, that we got a nice shape up,
Man, preach,
right.
SJ,
so
preach.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
It goes both ways.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want,
and that's what I was saying.
Laughing in the background, my wife laughing in the background, Brian.
That's why I was saying that for myself. I want to make sure that women know, look, this is a really important thing. I am very, very adamant about whether I'm in a relationship or not. Is letting the people who I'm around know how I feel about them. And if there's a guy that I'm interested in, I said, wow, I really like that cologne. Next time we go out, guess what? Is he wearing a different cologne? Nope. He's wearing the one that I said I like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Right. So definitely try to compliment guys. It's very important. Girls too as well. The next one is never compare your relationship to that of another. Okay? That is number one. Because there's a lot of women that compare to another individual.
I love this kind of show.
Because it can cause friction. No one wants to know about the next person that you dealt with prior. Okay, there's no type of standard. If you wanted to be with that person, then you should have been with that person. Apparently, that didn't work out. How did that work for you?
Right.
So if you're gonna constantly compare, then it'll just gonna cause too much friction within the relationship, and it actually draws you apart more. Because each one, if you constantly do that, one is not being appreciated. Okay, so it's very important. Never compare. I don't, I don't compare. So,
and likewise, you don't want to compare your relationship with somebody else's relationship. This is a problem that I have seen happen with. Well, not a problem, but a situation that I've seen other women do. They will go with their boyfriend or significant other to a wedding, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's so sweet that they're getting married," and you know that they met like 6 months after we did, and they got married right away, and all this other, like, look, hey, and so and so's husband just bought her this thing, and so did this, and they just went on vacation. Look, let them do them and live their life, and you focus on what it is that needs to be done in your house. Maybe we ain't going on vacation because we don't have the money. We have these bills paid. When they come back, they're going to be broke. And, have the credit card debt built up. We're trying to maintain our house, whatever it is. Like, maybe I'm not ready to get married yet. Maybe we need to have conversations before we can do what other people do. You know, comparing yourself to others, whether it's an outside relationship or a past relationship, is not healthy for anybody. There's always going to be a past. Now, it's important. I will say this. It's important to know certain things about your past relationships, like if there's hurt that has been caused or something like that, issues that need to be worked through. It's fine to have that conversation, but don't be like, well, he always did this to me, and when he talked to me like that, then I did. Look, no.
Right. No. I think it's really important to like totally get rid of your past relationships, because what's going to happen is, if you were dealt with in the hurt, if you were dealt with and your past really hurt you and devastated you, what's going to happen in your new relationship is that person is going to be criminalized for the other person's actions. So you don't want any type of,
you don't want to do that.
To even think about, the hurt, because what's going to happen is you're going to criminalize the other individual. And I didn't do anything. He did it,
But that goes back to what Miss Danielle said earlier, though. I think that at the same time goes into, like, I think that some things are just meant to keep it to yourself, I guess, because I think that maybe I don't want to know that Jay-Z is your ex-man. Who the freak did I ask you that Jay-Z is your ex-man? Maybe if you don't tell that person that tell me that Jay-Z is your ex, I see them popping up on your Blab or popping up on your Periscope, I wouldn't care, because I don't know that Jay-Z is your ex. You know what I'm saying? Keep some stuff to yourself. Don't be like, yeah, that was my man's and this and back in the day. Did I add? Like, no, I don't know. Like, why you, like, that's gonna make friction, and that's gonna make a problem. I
think that for you, Joba, is more of a self-confidence issue. But at the same time, we don't want to take the person that we are with and put them in the shoes of the person that we were with,
because it's not going to fit.
We never want to do that.
Hey,
it does.
Isn't there?
Hey,
what's going on?
Hey, Job. Hey, Life. What's up, man? Hey, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way, Danielle.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's
Thanks,
Day,
sweetheart. Isn't there another side to that argument, though? Or not argument, but isn't there another way to look at that? Because if you came out of one relationship where you were hurt for some way, or even if you weren't hurt, but you learned something about yourself in the first relationship, I think there is a sense in which it's valuable to bring that forward, right? So I can explain to my new partner, and I can say, I have this problem, right? If something that you learned about yourself. So you say, you know what? If you don't look at me when I talk to you, I know that that's upsetting to me, right? Because this maybe was what caused the last breakup. I think it is valuable sometimes to bring that information forward, right? So that the other person, you can help them with their expectations and how they should work with you and how your relationship should be built. Or maybe that there are some triggers there that you have that they need to know about, just so that they can avoid them, which, hopefully will give you a better relationship. I agree with what you said. I mean, I don't think you don't want to, because somebody else hurt you, you don't want to now resent the new person, and take that out on them. But I do think that we learn things about ourselves, though, in those relationships that's valuable to bring forward, so that the next person, learns. I mean, my wife and I have done that a little bit too, because I was married before, and there just are some, I have some weird peculiarities. So, with my wife, it's like, I'll say, if you're going to do this, could you please do it in this way? And the first time I said that came across very wrong. She was like, took it like I'm trying to tell her how to behave. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just telling you how I react to certain behaviors. So I'm sort of just giving you a heads up that that's probably not going to be the best way to approach something, right? And here's a better way, because I know I react better to this, right? But I think that can be helpful too, no?
Yeah, I think that's part of what I was saying just a little bit earlier is information about yourself from past relationships is helpful. But comparison with your relationship to a past relationship or somebody else's relationship is not helpful at all.
Yeah, but going back to what I said at the same time, Carlton, going back to you, it's like, let's say, I don't know, you're on Facebook or your wife's on Facebook or, I don't know, YouTube somewhere, and then all of a sudden, one of her ex-husband, let's say that, or her ex whatever, comes around and shows them love. Don't you think that out of respect for you, they should just keep it to themselves, even though they acknowledge it, they see the person there? Like, out of respect for you, do you think, I think it hurts to just come and the person be like, yeah, that's my ex, or yeah, that's my this, my that. And I'm like, you just, like, I feel that was like literally a smack in the face. I don't know if I'm wrong for that or whatever.
No, I see that. I mean, if my ex-wife, for example, were to come on Blab and say, Happy Valentine's Day, honey, I miss you, blah, 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 blah. No, I wouldn't share that with my current wife. And not because I'm keeping a secret, but just because what's the point? Mm-hmm. It's just going to cause her pain. There's no reason to do that. Right. Now if she asked me, if she said, oh, did you hear from your ex-wife today? Yeah, I did. She said, hey, happy Valentine. That's different. But no, I'm not going to say it just for the sake of saying it. I think that, that's part of the problem. It's the little things, right? It's the little, Daniela, it's the little things like, for example, when you have a new partner and you tell your new partner and you make a comment like, my ex partner really used to like this movie, or my ex partner used to really laugh a lot. She used to love. There's an implication there that you want your new partner to be like your ex partner, and I'm like, that's not right.
She would be a dead woman walking if she did that to me. I'm so sorry. She would definitely. We would not. Excuse me, excuse me. No, I would be that would be wrong. That would be wrong.
SJ, I know I'm not Danielle, but it's 9:02, so I don't know if you want to hit the record button. Stop it.
Is it 9 o'clock? When did we start?
I don't know, but we just went
on a tangent. Keep going. All right, let's I'm gonna have some fun editing this one. All right, you guys. Well, we're gonna wrap up the recording for now. Okay. If you are willing, we can continue with an after Blab. Because there is some more points that SJ wanted to bring, and the conversation is just on fire. So let's just keep going. So we're going to end this here for tonight. It is Valentine's Day, and I hope that you all who are listening or watching on the replays that you had a lovely one. I am Danielle K. Anderson, also known as Danielle the VP. I am an entrepreneur, interfaith minister, spiritual counselor, and life coach and speaker, and it is my purpose to help people to look good, feel good, live and walk in their own purpose. My co-host, as always, is SJ.
SJ from Inner Soul Development. That is my company. That's right, Inner Soul Development. I'm a personal life coach and transformational speaker. What I do is I take you off of autopilot, take you off course to your greatest self, and I make sure that you understand that life is to be controlled. Life does not control you, okay? So thank you so very much. Under this episode of Living Your Purpose, different names, but it's still Living Your Purpose. Please follow us everywhere. LYP Broadcast, Twitter, LYP Broadcast, SoundCloud, LYP Broadcast, everywhere, because it's needed everywhere. And if you didn't get a chance, also know to go to our website, lypshow.com. That's where you can be able to see everything, all the shows that we've done prior, and you can be up to date on the latest things that's going on with living your purpose. Okay, guys? So we thank you so very much. Have a great Valentine's Day. I'm trying to have one with my wife, and I thank you so very, very much, and enjoy the rest of the night.
Love you guys.